Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. FDM printing has come a long way, and I remember the earlier days of me learning to print and all the stringing and all the errors, the disasters. But lately, I've been really feeling that my prints, my home prints, have, or at least started to close the gap between resin. Today, we're putting my home tuned K1 SE FDM prints up against some resin prints. Full disclosure, this video is sponsored by PCBWAY, and thanks to them for sending the 3D printed models. I'm always trying to aim for resin style prints, so it was a perfect time to kind of put that to the test. Now, the process on their site was surprisingly smooth. One thing that did stand out to me is how much they actually do. It's not just 3D printing. They do CNC aluminum machining, sheet metal fabrication, things that I personally probably won't use, but there might be people out there who are interested in those kind of jobs. They even do FDM printing in materials like at PLA. Now, the nice thing is once I just clicked and dragged my STL files onto the website. Now for me, I kind of left everything at default. I did put the quantity at 1. I just wanted to have one of each part. And then I chose not to have them assembled. And for the purpose, because I guess it goes through shipping, and so you got to put the purpose of the order, I just went to DIY entertainment, hobby, and I put it as a plastic ornament. So for my Dreadmob file here from SolarSTL, the total cost to have them resin print it would be around 15 to 20 bucks. There was one thing where I put in the legs and it was actually RFA. So I just had to submit that and I got a quote pretty soon, the next day, for what that was. But you're looking at, for something like this size, 15 to 20 bucks. Now I remember going through a phase where I bought a lot of miniatures on Amazon, and my honest opinion here is that I've spent 20 to 30 to 40 bucks on getting some anime, what is it, Bam Presto, or there's a few other on Amazon and you kind of order your things through them. So I thought, honestly, like this was a very reasonable price to get something that I wanted, an STL file that I had, to get it sent directly to my home. Like I don't have to worry about doing anything. I don't have to worry about the toxic fumes or anything like that, or office space, ventilation. They just got sent to my home. If you are going to use a service like this, I do recommend that you kind of like have an idea of what you're going to do, because you are going to pay for shipping. So to have like 3 or 4 miniatures lined up, 3 or 4 models that you're going to order at one time, I do highly recommend that. Now the shipping arrived relatively quick, less than a week, I believe, is when it got here. And I don't know if, I mean, that obviously is going to change depending on customs and things like that. However, every piece came individually wrapped in foam and bubble wrap, so that was nice. And like I said earlier, I didn't want it pre-assembled, so it was a lot of little foam pieces wrapped in foam and then wrapped in bubble wrap, every individual piece inside a box, inside another box. So that was good, I guess. It came very nice, very quickly. I unwrapped it and it was just ready to glue. Now the easy question to ask is, well, why don't I just resin print at home? If you're new to the channel, then you might not know, but I have 4 kids and they're all 10 and under. They're all young. And I'm still kind of hesitant about having those chemicals in the living spaces. I do have my own office set aside and I have a garage that's available. And my office is well ventilated. I think it's just me not ready yet to make that commitment to go into that yet. There's a thing with simplicity and speed with FDM that I just don't see the same with resin. With FDM, I can just, in my office, I throw the STL in my slicer, I put it in there, and that's easy to do, and I love it. And my kids can be running around in the office, and I don't have to like wear gloves or worry about leaks or spills. And I've tuned my K1 SE to the point where the supports just pop right off, and I don't have to wash them. I don't have to cure them. I just print them, I remove the supports, and I'm ready to go to glue them. Now, I pushed these 2 filaments to see how they handle the detail, and I'm still new with the Sunlu meta. The Creality Hyper PLA finished in 11 hours and 20 minutes, and that's built for speed. That's what the fast PLA, the Hyper PLA, does. So that finished quickly. And the Sunlu Meta PLA took a bit longer. It was 13 hours and 42 minutes. I needed to slow that down. And from my last experience when I was printing the Orc War Berserker, I realized that I can't push those speeds as fast. So that 13-hour, almost 14-hour print time is easy to see why that has to be that way. Now, because the parts came in that matte white, I decided to hit everything with a Vallejo black primer so that we'd get a fair comparison look. And I have to say, I'm just impressed. The resin looks amazing. It's the first time that I've ever actually held a resin miniature, seen one this close, and the difference for me is very noticeable. And I honestly, I love the way it looks. It's so smooth. It's crisp. It's a little heavier than I realized. I didn't know that like there's such a weight difference between these two. But let's be real here. Not everyone is going to jump into resin printing. Maybe in the future I decide to do it. If anyone has good recommendations for some my first resin printer, I think I would eventually do it. I started looking for videos on YouTube that I can see about what it is like maintaining a printer and doing the printer. Not so much just looking at like resin 3D printed miniatures, but like the part that they don't show you when they're showing those amazing miniatures, the failures, the safety things. I've started watching those, kind of preparing myself. So I think eventually I will jump into that, but not everyone is going to do that. It's like a steep learning curve and it's messy. And I think that's like the biggest thing is like I spill it on the floor. That's what worries me. So like, in my opinion, I think like this was a great opportunity for me to kind of see what it's like. And in my honest opinion, it was easy to do, easy to choose my files, upload them, and get them delivered right to my door. And not have to worry about anything like that. My 0.06 layer height, Hyper PLA, Meta PLA look great. And I feel like in the side-by-side comparison, the gap is not as wide as I imagined. If you asked me about like maybe 2-3 months ago, yeah, my prints were pretty gnarly looking. However, resin does have the edge clearly, and I'm excited to like paint these and see how the paint differs from when I'm painting the FDM prints when I'm painting these resin prints. FDM is still going to be my go-to choice for my army building. I'm in the process of, well, apparently here I got like an orc dread mob army here, but I'm in the process of still doing a Space Vikings full proxy army. I have my last video, if you want to check that out, where I printed hammers and shields on my proxy Space Vikings. I plan to do a whole army in that. So FDM is still kind of the one that I'm going to be using. PCBWAY is an option that provides you that quality for a relatively, honestly cheap price. Thanks again to PCBWAY for letting me test this out for free and get to know their service. I'll put information, more information about PCBWAY in the description and in the pinned comment. If you like this video, if you like these comparisons, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.